Okay, let me give you 4 steps to solving. We don't have the budget right now. We don't have the time right now. We don't have the funding right now. We don't have the money right now. A lot of times we get this objection. We just don't have the budget right now. There's 4 steps that are going to put you in the best position to be able to handle that situation. Step number 1, I want you to agree with them. Hey, makes perfect sense. If you did have the funding right now, would this be something that would be a fit for you? So what I'm doing there is I'm agreeing with them. I'm telling them I'm not going to fight them, but then I'm checking in with them to say, if you did have the funding, if you did have the budget, if it was in the budget, would this be something that would make sense right now? Or would this be something that would be a fit for you? What this does is allow you to determine if funding is the real concern. Because guess what? If it's not, if there's something else that's a problem for them, they're going to go, oh, no, not really, and they're going to let you know. But if it truly is that they don't have the funding, they're going to tell you, yeah, if this was in the budget, we'd totally do it. We really want this, but it's not in the budget. So if they say they would want it, but it's not in the budget, step 2 is to say this, I got it, money aside, why would it be a fit for you? Now, this is counterintuitive to what most salespeople do, because the last thing you want to do is have somebody explain why they want to do business with you, because they might go, oh, you know what? I just realized I don't. Nobody thinks that way. Get them to articulate why they would, because this training would really help our organization, or we really need to recover these receivables, or we really need an app for our business to be competitive. Let them explain to you in their words why solving this problem or achieving this result would be important to them. Step number 3, and this is also very counterintuitive to how most people would act. I've confirmed with them, hey, I totally get it on the funding. If funding wasn't a problem, would this make sense to you? Yes, it would. Why would it make sense to you? We need to solve this right now. 30% of our invoices are not getting paid by our clients. Now I want you to simply ask them, so I get it that funding is a challenge. How do you think you could overcome this and find the budget so that you can solve this problem right now, or so that you can achieve this result, so you can get these 37% of invoices paid? This is not a what do I need to do to find the funding for you. This is you're pointing the question at them. You're asking them to think about how they could solve their problem. Here's what's so powerful about this. A lot of times people get a problem, especially in the corporate world, and they never even take the time to solve it. So when you prompt them with, how do you think you could get the funding so that you can solve this right now? And then fill in the blank of the reason that they told you in step 2 of why they'd want to do it. Step number 4, if they don't have I just don't know how we'll get the money. Hopefully in step number 3, they figure out the problem, they solve it, and you get the deal. But let's say they're like, I just don't know. There's no way we can find the budget right now. You're still okay. Step number 4, be NSO. What's a good next step then? Get them to tell you what the next step is. What's a good next step on my end? Or tell them the next step. If they haven't told you a next step, they didn't tell you what a good next step for you is, then tell them how about we do this? I'll circle back with you. I'll give you some time to think about that. Hopefully you'll uncover some funding. How about we do this? I'll circle back with you in 3 weeks if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Make sure you're setting that next step. Hang in there. The worst thing that you can do when somebody goes, hey, we just don't have the funding for the project next year. Okay, I'll call you after the first of the year. Thanks a lot. Right? Hang in there. Got it. If funding aside, let's say you had the money right now in the budget right now, would this even be a fit for you? Absolutely. Yes, definitely. Why? Well, because 37% of our invoices are not getting paid, and that's costing our offices $24,000 a month right now. Got it. That's terrible. What do you think you could do in order to get this approved so we can get the program in place so we can collect that $24,000 a month for you? Well, I mean, one of the things, I guess I could talk to the CIO. It is only $2,000 for the software, and we're collecting $24,000 a month. Can we do this? Can we set up a call with Mike Adams, our CIO? Or let's say they're like, I just don't know. We just don't have the funding, and we're very strict if things, don't get approved. They don't get into the budget. We can't act on them. Got it. What's a good next step then? Well, I'm not sure. What's a good next step on my end? You know what? Let me talk with Mike Adams. Can you call me back in about 3 weeks? Absolutely. I'll call you on the 17th of next month. Call it by 3 p.m. if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Make sure that you're setting a next step. But when you go through these checkpoints, you're going to find in most of these deals that they don't have the budget, that they don't have the funding, that it's just not approved, the expense, that unless it was something else where they're trying to smokescreen you, telling you they don't have the money, there's ways you can find the money. And they don't involve you lowering your price.